All right, Phil, your box arrived today, so I'm going to go ahead and get this opened up and have a look at your watch. Let's take a close look at what we've got. Okay, so what we have here is 1974 November 6105 8119. Okay, got a clicking bezel. Your pip doesn't quite align, but that's not atypical for Seikos. You got a good lock on your crown. All right, let's do a full checkout here of what we've got. Okay, so got the Uncle Seiko rubber band here. So overall, it's a pretty good case back. You got a couple little scratches and things that are built in from previous work. Got original. It looks like somebody perhaps has tried to relume your dial at some point. You can see there's a bit of sort of integrity loss around the 6 and 9. Maybe that's original, but it's been scraped a little bit. It could have been blackened, perhaps from water intrusion. I'm not sure if that's an original secondhand. Certainly, the telltale is whether or not the tail of the hand is of the right width compared to the rest. So let me just take my watch off for a second. We can do a quick side by side. Yeah, it's questionable. I don't think that's an original. Right. So, but that's okay. So that's been replaced. Your loom pip is a little dark. We can make that new, or we can leave it as is. Brushing on the back looks really nice. You've got good case lines. I don't think this has ever been polished in any real way. Maybe cleaned up a little bit, but certainly not polished. Still got some of your brushing on the top, which is nice to see. A couple little scratches and things there. Coining on your bezel looks nice. Overall, looks very clean. Let's just check for function. That's some looseness, but not terrible. Okay, so it clicks over the hour. Not sure right where that did that, but we'll check that again. Could be at a time other than midnight. Let's do it one more time around. That's okay. I mean, it's sort of, no, it's close. There's one. Okay, so a little after 1 a.m. We'll put that back to midnight, just sort of factory spec. Little concerned about the lag in your hand here. We'll take a closer look at that as we go. I want to put a little power into the watch. We're going to look at the numbers to see just in its as sent state. Got to do this for a little while. Okay, well, here are your numbers straight out of a little bit of winding. You know, they're really low in terms of the amplitude. The signal is clean enough. You know, it's not bad. It's flat. So this is the kind of thing I'm looking at. Is, you know, if we definitely have beat error. That's an adjustment. Rate is always an adjustment. This is the thing we're striving to make better. And as such, you know, it's low. This is more than 100 degrees off from where a well-serviced watch should be under a full wind. And we may not be 100% fully wound, but we're close enough to be able to look at these numbers and say, yes, the signal is clean-ish. It's got some variation in it, but you know, that's to be understood. But it's really this amplitude that we're working to improve, because all of these other numbers are things we can adjust. So that being said, you know, we're starting at a place where it's not a spray of, you know, dots, which is always good, but it is, you know, it is a nice, you know, straight set of dots that should be a line eventually. So not a terrible place to start mechanically, for sure. All right, I'll take that off. So I'd like to your case, but I'm not too worried. Seeing those numbers, you know, it sort of assures me that the hairspring and the balance aren't in a bad shape. Those are the kinds of things that can be troublesome. Everything else mechanically can be either replaced or rejuvenated, or, you know, cleaned up, or whatever it needs to be. Cosmetically, I'm not sure where you want to go. I'm always resistant to mess too much. This has been touched in the past. Somebody has been in here. It certainly has seen some work on it. You know, usually you don't necessarily see lume in this sort of color state. And again, I don't want to compare too much, but my watch has certainly seen some water ingress over time. It's interesting to me that the lume looks like it's been sort of carved on a bit, perhaps to remove some of the old you know, water damage that apparently led to them removing and replacing your second hand. You know, the call is yours. It's certainly an original dial, and certainly certainly worth the, you know, the effort if you want to do something with it. Perhaps your hands are nice and clean. The metal on them is good. I'm not sure if they're absolutely, if they are original, or if they've been sort of patinaed to match the dial. That's always my concern, is that with replacement hands, they can sometimes be weathered, you know, to go along with what's already there. And when I see a replacement second hand, maybe they are original. We have to take a look. So anyway, regardless, it's a good looking watch. It's going to be fun to work on. I'm excited to get into it. Everything seems to be there. We're going to, of course, rebuild your crown and stem, make sure that's watertight, replace all your gaskets, take a look at what's underside of the lume pip. It's it's original insert. Looks right. Yeah, we'll just have to get into it and get to working. All right. Well, Phil, thanks for sending this. I'm gonna put this in a video to you, and we will get started when I hear back from you. All right. Thanks, Phil.